Do you believe in destiny? Do you make your own destiny? Hello friends, I'm Burak and I'm searching for developer stories all over the world. Today's guest is Shahed. She is one of the people who changed her life and built a career in spite of the negative effects of the war in Syria. She had to move to another country and there she studied computer science, and today she is working as artificial intelligence and machine learning engineer in Turkcell, which is one of the biggest telecommunication companies in Turkey. We had a really cheerful conversation and my first question was that if she always wanted to be AI and ML engineer and how the war affected her childhood dreams. Let's listen to her answer and afterwards discover more about her.
Let me be honest. Until I was 18, I've never touched a computer. I've never had a dream of using a computer or learning to code. None of this. But somehow I actually wanted to study medicine a lot. But somehow, because I changed the country and because of, the restrictions here, I could not study medicine, even though I've got the point of medicine, like the average of medicine. Anyways, so my first year was to study computer engineering. I was just searching, it should be something, if it's not medicine, it should be engineering. This is what we learned about, as a tradition. So I started searching about, the types of engineering, and I thought that computer engineering is the most convenient one for me because I like mathematics. So, it's matched with mathematics, but I had no idea about it, nothing. Yeah. So it wasn't my childhood dream. No, it wasn't.
So when you inspired to learn it, in Syria or once you arrived to Turkey, what affected your life? The idea pops up in your mind to study computer science.
Actually, it started here in Turkey. I started, I finished my high school and I needed to choose what to study. And I was, applying for medicine everywhere, but I've got rejected from all the places. And then I was putting, the next plan would be engineering. And I just looked at civil engineering. No, it's not me. Mechanical engineering, oh, that would be good, but my mom didn't accept it. So I was just okay. And then what was the third kind? Environmental engineering, not my type. I was just, counting, seeing all of these. And when I saw computer engineering, that could be me. So, it was by chance. It was by, when I was, looking at the things that would match me, who I am, I thought that it was the closest thing to me. And it has mathematics, as I mentioned before.
Yeah.
And I love mathematics.
So while you're studying, did your ideas or your thoughts change? Okay, I chose this department, but I'm not happy. Should I change it? How was your ideas?
Okay. So I was thinking of, it's so hard. It was so difficult, starting with algorithms and C++. I was this is so difficult. This is so hard. Until I remember I was in the second year of computer engineering. And I remember when we were in there's a conference called Bilmok, bilgisayar mühendisleri, something like this. It's the biggest congress of computer engineers in Turkey.
Yeah. And
it was held in our university as Catholic. And they were talking about, they really show us all of the fields of computer engineering, where we can use this, And I was just astonished by the field and the diversity of the places that we can really apply the science. And at least mathematics has something to do with, you have many things in mathematics that until you enter this field, it seems like it's just theoretical, not to be applied. But when you enter this field and try to apply it, you really see results of what you're studying. And another thing emerged it was in the, one of the lessons was about artificial intelligence, and one of them was about neuroscience, like, how the artificial intelligence started when we have, the neural cell of the brain, and how they try to make a model that looks like the neural cells. This was related to science. This was related to medicine in somehow. And when you search these fields, actually, computer engineering has no like it's not able to be separated from any other field. And you can apply it in medicine. You can apply it in whatever you want. So that pushed me in the way. That pushed me. Like I put it in my mind that if I finish this, I can do whatever I want in any field using this knowledge that I will get out of this field somehow. Did you get the point?
Yeah, I get it. And did you feel any did you face any obstacles as an immigrant while you're studying or searching for a job in Turkey, or it was like a regular, you were had the same problems with the other people here?
Actually, when I was studying, like my teachers were so good. I've never received the treatment of like you are the other, or you're just excluded from the whole group. Verifies, like they were so good. They didn't even differentiate between me or any other one. Like they would just revise my papers and see how I did and put the mark that I deserved. And they also they were so good. So I haven't feel that I am a stranger or immigrant, but students, maybe not my class students, they were so good. But for example, you go across with, you get to know other people from other departments, and they start to talk differently. Like they think that we've gotten to university without examinations, and that we have scholarships and such things, and not all of us. Like some people have it, but I wasn't the one of to have a scholarship to go to get into university without examination. And that sometimes used to hurt my feelings. Actually, it was one of the struggles to change the stereotypes of students that think that we do nothing and take places in universities. And if you regard this, like alhamdulillah, like at the end of my education, I finished with the first degree in the department. And if this was true, if I really took a place without examination, I want to get the degree. Actually, I would just this was a struggle. It's still a struggle.
Jealousy, I think wherever you go in the world, you have the similar problems. Like some minorities, they have the stereotypes and they just jealous. I think to be successful, you just focus what you are doing, not to compare other people. Like just do what you do, okay?
Yeah, you're right.
I think something normal. And how did you get your technical experience? Because I think it's important to land a job. Companies looking for the an experience. Like how did you get yours? Did you get any internships, or did you find any jobs? How it happened?
Okay, so my first internship was a gift from a friend. It was a surprise for me. I was at my first grade. It was the first year, and I know nothing. And she was just like, Shahed, I have a surprise for you. I have just managed an internship in Ankara, and everything is done. She's one of my best friends. Like, I cannot forget that moment. And she said, yeah, you can go in Bilkent Cyber Park, and you can have your internship. But I was just like, it's not obligatory this year. Like I'm just a first grade student. I don't nothing. It was my first experience. The second biggest experience was in Epigra, and was after Recoded. You have graduated from Recoded, so my first actually the first experience was in that internship when I was supposed to develop a simple Android app in the first internship. The second experience was with Laureate International Schools. It was our project that we did with Recoded to graduate from Recoded besides the Udacity program. And this was the second really, real experience online. It was online, but it was a real experience. You have deadlines, you have things to get done, and you need to communicate what you are doing and get what the customer wants from you and transfer it to your team. So it was the second, I can call it experience. The third was after Recoded, and it was in one of the companies that we visited when we were at Recoded as students. It was Epigra. And it was my second internship actually. Yes, these were the first steps, I guess.
So when you really focus and work as a professional, so you didn't have any problem with the experience, like, is it true?
No, I didn't have a problem. It was many people are having problems when they are immigrants, but for somehow I didn't have. I don't know why I didn't have this problem.
So you're very lucky.
Maybe I can, maybe I don't know.
What are your career aspirations? Like, what you want to achieve in the future? What you want to do?
Actually, this is a hard question. It's easy to ask, it's easy to answer, but when you think about it, it's not easy.
Yeah, it might be different answers, like 2-3 answers, and which way is possible in your life. Maybe you will choose one of them, but probably you have something to achieve. I'm sure about it.
A goal of yeah. Each person has a goal. One of the things that concerns me a lot. I was thinking of solutions, but I still didn't get the right thing. But I want to help children who has struggles in completing their educations. Like, there are many children who are supposed to be studying now, but they're selling things in the streets. They're getting humiliated by other people, and none of this was their choice. And this is the main goal in my life, like to help these children. But I still don't know how to do so. But this is my goal. Maybe I will use technology to solve this. Maybe I will use, money that I can get from what I'm doing, like from my job extras, to do something that can help these people, institution, NGO, I don't know, but this is my goal, and I'm searching for a solution for these children.
I think you have the intention. Probably you will also have the answers in a while. I'm sure about it.
I hope.
And did you have any mentor in your career, and mentor that guide you how to be a better engineer, and to guide you to find a job, something like this?
Actually, I didn't have a specific person. We have different channels in our lives, and each channel has its own mentor. This is what I believe in. Like, for example, you go through a boot camp, you go through a course, or you go to your school, and each channel has its own mentor. So I didn't have one mentor to put me on the way. I have many mentors, and I had many mentors. Like, I'm not having them right now, but each channel had its own mentor, and I would thank them all together. I'm just imagining many people, like even maybe a small children may be a mentor for a specific period of time. When you talk to children and see, how they react to things, they're somehow mentoring you in an indirect way. So yeah, many mentors, different mentors in each channel of my life.
Actually, this was great answer, but I was gonna ask you, like, can you? I was gonna ask, like, do you have anybody that inspires you? Probably all of those people inspires you, but to make the role model, like any engineer, like more experienced than you, like, did you follow their path, like how they they have the habits, they have how they are working. Do you have any role model like this also?
Actually, yes.
Yes. Cool.
There are a couple of people that I have in my mind. One of them, it will be ridiculous, but come on, like I'm gonna say it. One of them is Einstein. Because I
There are,
think that
there are
Einstein is
lots
more.
of people.
Yeah. I really love the thoughts of Einstein and how he perceives the world. Another person, specifically engineer, woman, Syrian. Her name is Sirin Hamsho. She studied electrical engineering in Syria, and then she immigrated to the United States, and she got patent, and now she's working in Edison's office in the US.
Wow.
And she was a role model for me. She's a strong woman who, she has 2 kids. She can manage between engineering and her children, and she could be successful doing all of these things together, even though the whole community is telling you that a woman is supposed to have children and sit at home. This woman proves the opposite. That's why I put her as a role model.
Awesome answer. Thank you. And what do you think, what are the habits of a successful engineer? What's the difference than the regular person? What they do? How you can be more successful? How you can solve problems better? What are the habits? These answers, I think, is difficult. If you ask me, I would have the difficult times to answer because there is no exact answers. But I really wonder your answer, because probably have your style of studying, how you improve yourselves, like your solution. It doesn't have to be general answer.
Okay. I guess one of the habits is not to have habits. Like you should have a spare of time, a side of your life that you can put whatever you want as a habit, but something that is out of the box. For example, I believe that to be a good engineer, you should somehow be a good cook, maybe a good writer, a good, for me, I like to draw things. So when you have such habits, when you have the space to put your imagination in another field and express the real engineer inside of your brain, you can have, you can focus on your career and you can accomplish things as an engineer. So I believe that engineering is a methodology of thinking, and you cannot call, we can call many people as engineers. It's not specific for a field that you have studied. As I mentioned, it's a way of thinking. So to have this set of mind, you need to have many other things that are out of mathematics, that are out of coding and solving problems. When you have that thing, it's actually you're solving problems, but in a different way, and you're not regarding these things as problems. That's why when you go back to the problem, the real problem that you're dealing with, you can solve it easily, probably.
Good.
I don't know, but I know my answers are so stupid. I'm not thinking.
No, your answers are so wisdom. You don't answer the questions like a regular time. You put your style. I think your ideas, your thoughts. So I really love your answers. Thank you.
Thank you. Your questions are good as well.
Okay, tell me your favorite book, engineering book. Every engineers should, or developers, whatever you call it, should read it.
I didn't read anything related to engineering.
Okay, how to cook, how to make, how to draw.
One of the books that if you study data, not data science, if you study computer science, I think it's essential. It's algorithms, and I even forget the name. It's MIT publication, one of the MIT publications, and it's introduced in algorithms uh, and I don't remember the name of the lesson because I took it in Turkish. It's designing algorithms and data structures. This is the book, but I
Probably
don't.
it exists because there are lots of books like this.
In this side, in engineering, I believe in YouTube videos and tutorials. Come on, this is the reality. I'm not. I'm gonna be realistic, but I like the other side of books, other type of books. I would rather prefer to for example, um, uh, it was mutlak peşinde. What's the meaning of mutlak peşinde in English?
I don't know. No, I want to translate it.
It's a book for Balzac. And I guess it's one book that I can assume that engineers should read. One of the books that I've read already, and I think it's good. It's good.
Okay, so I will add its name and link later on.
Yes, actually, I won't take from your time now, but yeah, for people, mutlak peşinde. What is mutlak peşinde? I even know it in French, but not in English. Like, oh my god.
Okay, as last.
Absolute pursuit. Yes, absolute pursuit. Somehow,
Maybe, yeah. What do you suggest for young people when they choose their career and not to choose make the wrong choices? Because you already have this period. Like, what you would recommend them?
Actually, we don't have a lot of time in life, to try things. So I would expect people to really watch other people, okay, and watch the people who gone through the road before, and learn from those people's experience. Not some people have this rule in life: you need to experience everything to have the experience. Like, you need to try everything to have the experience. But I don't believe in this. Like, I believe that you should regard other people and watch them, how they're reacting with life, how they're making their decisions. I know each person has a different life and a different personality that might not work with other people's experiences, but at least we have some examples to see and do according to these results that we get from observing other people, observing how people are going through the way, and choose our path depending on that and the things that we like. So, and maybe you might have your high school. High school is a period of time that it's a period of time that you focus on studying and getting high marks, but you need to also I by the way, when I came from Syria to here, I had 1 year not doing anything. I was just preparing again for the exams, but that 1 year made me really think of who I am, what do I want from this life, and observe other people, how did they do this, and at least have a little hint of what I want in life, okay? So when I was choosing between, as I started at the beginning of between the different fields of engineering, I was able to say that this is me, rather than having, how to say that, having I don't know how to say that. my brain stopped. Anyways, rather being so random in choosing things. At least you can use this high school period to know who you are and what you want. And after that, even if you still don't know what you want, you will at least have a little hint that will guide you through the process.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Shahed, thank you very much. Your answers really inspired me again. Here, hopefully, it will also affect other people's life. And it was very lovely to listen and talk with you. And hope you to have another conversation maybe in future. Why not? In different topics. I would like to ask more questions. I have, but I think it's enough for now.
Thank you so much for asking me to come here, and it was my pleasure to know. I don't know, to express what I'm feeling. I don't know if it's experience or something like that, but I hope someone in this world find it useful. And yeah, thanks again.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.